You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for check, expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. Now leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, no free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but the chains go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep while they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
What is up, everybody? Oh, let me turn my camera that way. How's it going, Bill? What's up? No, I just started it. Just kind of a random live. What's up, David? FPS. Just kind of bored, so let's see who pop in this evening. Later, all. Hey, what's up, Edward? How's it going, man? I don't know what Bill's talking about. I literally just started it. Uh, what's up, Mendez? How's it going, man? How you been? What you been up to? Yeah, it's just starting. I sent some links out, so we'll see if anybody wants to pop in. I don't know how busy I'll be tonight, so. Yeah, I sent quite a few links out, so. We were having an interesting discussion over on Paul's channel right before it ended about the whole AI thing. And I thought it was pretty interesting. What's up, JSK? How's it going? I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to replace a lot of jobs here in the next couple of years. And then one question I did have before Paul ended the show, I was going to ask people, where does AI really fit into drone photography or videos, right? Because if you have an AI video or an AI system take your video and your picture and morph it so much to where it's nothing like the original of what you took, like is it even really you at that point? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is like, is AI going to replace drone photography for businesses and stuff? No, not yet, Edward. I've been filling out a bunch of apps, so fortunately, there's no really one-on-one with businesses anymore, right? Like there is no going the days of going in the stores and filling out application and talking to a manager are kind of a thing of the past now. Because even when you do fill out applications and you go in to talk to the managers, they half the time they don't even really want to talk to you. They'll just be like, "Oh, well, we'll look and see if it's in the system. We'll give you a call if we need you," right? Some of these big corporations get thousands of applications every day, so but it still doesn't hurt to give them a call every couple days and check in with them, right? But there's not a lot of personable, what I want to say, when you're dealing with companies anymore when it comes to applying for jobs. It's not as personable anymore. Well, that's what I'm saying, Bill, right? Is like like what's to keep a company from building an AI program that will just take a Google image of a house and touch it up itself and give that to the people, to the real estate agent where they can buy it straight from Google or somebody, than paying a pilot to come out and take pictures, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's quite there yet, but another couple of years, man, there's gonna be a lot of industries that are affected by this. I think some people in the tech industry need to be careful about promoting it because their jobs may be threatened. They might not think so, but it could easily be threatened by it. Yeah, I know, right, JSK? I haven't seen Mendez in a minute. Uh, what's up, Mark White? How's it going, man? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be more than it's 2 to 5 years out easily. Um, like I said, I think I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, well, there still has to be a human aspect in it." Yeah, to a certain extent, but it's definitely going to limit the amount of jobs there are available in the tech industry where you might have needed 100 people before, and you might only need a couple people to do an entire warehouse worth of work or whatever. Yeah, Laura, um, YouTube's algorithm has been really, really strict on the messages in the chat now, especially if you don't have a wrench. You can't even say stupid things sometimes. Like if you have a wrench, it kind of opens up a lot more of what you can say and get away with, and it'll allow it through. But I've seen people go. I've been to people's chats, and and they'll say, "Oh, can I come check out your channel?" And you'll go in the chat and you'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, come over and check out my channel. This is my channel." And YouTube will block you from being able to say that. Like you won't even be saying anything negative or anything. Uh, I'm not, because I'll be the one to run the AI. Well, that's what I'm saying, David. It's going to limit how many people, a lot of the guys that, are a lot lower than you in your field, they're going to be the ones that are getting threatened with their jobs and all that. So, but yeah, I don't know. I just find it an interesting subject. I think people are a little underestimating of it. But this is the thing. It's like what you're playing with around in these little, you know, dinky apps on the app stores and shit. That's nothing compared to what some of these companies have behind closed doors that they just haven't unleashed on the public yet. I mean, those are just being developed by little developers here and there doing basic stuff with it. You just called me a twat. You said, "Oh my God, I can't call you a twat." Oh, looks like JSK ain't far from Mendez. Nice. Yeah, and that's going to be the thing. Like, it's going to replace so many jobs, so many freaking jobs. That's why all these kids that are going to college for stupid shit are going to be, they're going to really be in a world of hurt when those degrees aren't doing anything for them. What's up, Matt? I sent most of you guys links, but here, I'll pop the link in the chat for a minute if one of you guys, anybody wants to pop in. Jim's droning. What's up, man? How's it going? It looks your logo looks good on your channel, Matt. Finally got a logo. Makes your page or your home page on your channel look a lot better. Oh, and by the way, Matt, go back and look at your, what was it, your second to last short that you put out? Laura left you a nice little comment on there. Just getting ready for work. Yeah, I feel you. What's up, Dominic? How's it going? Uh, no, Bill, that was, frickin' Tim was having issues with that stupid heart thing the other day. It kept going the hell off and he couldn't stop it. And I told him it was costing him 5 cents for every heart that was coming up on the screen. He believed me for a second. Uh, I don't know if there's a way to shut that off or not, to be honest with you. I'm sure somebody's done a video on YouTube about it though. Look it up. What you been up to, Jim? Ugh. Hopefully we can get some more people to come in. Lurking with the sound down in my phone. It blocks the text. Yeah, I'm not sure because on my phone, I mean, if you're on your phone, for some reason on my phone, I don't have that. I don't know where the hell that feature's at, but I haven't seen it on my computer or my phone. So I don't know if that's just not available in all the countries yet. But also YouTube. So YouTube's new policy is I was reading up on it. So you can have 500 subscribers and 300 hours of 3,000 hours of watch time, or 3 million short views. But the stipulation is if you monetize at that size with those amount of watch hours, you will not get any ad revenue from that. So you will only make money from super chats and thanks, and that's it. You can't make any money from any ad revenue. So once you hit the 1,000 and you hit the 4,000 watch hours like normal, then you can start generating money from ad revenue. So that I actually watched some videos on it today and kind of looked it up and was curious about what was happening with that. So the only thing it's going to make you eligible for is just to have super chats on your chat. That's about it. And it might unlock a few little features, but it's going to be limited to having the 1,000 subs with the 4,000 hours of watch time. Which I think YouTube's doing that so they can pull even more money in, right? Because they're taking 30% of all the super chats. So, you get a bunch of channels that are now 500 subs, 3,000 watch hours. Yeah, they're gonna probably pull in another couple 100 million a year, if not more. I mean, that shit does add up. Oh, Bill, maybe you can figure it out and make a video on it. That'd be a good little short. I'd play around with it, see if you can figure it out. Right, and that's what I was just saying, Laura. It's going down to 500 subs and 3,000 watch time. Or if you don't have the 3,000 hours of watch time, it has to be 3 million short views instead of 10 million. But you don't get any ad revenue. So all the ads that are played on your videos, you don't get any of that money. You only get the super chat stuff. Mark said I might get there in another 20 years. Looks great, Matt. Kinda gives you a sense of hugeness. Yeah, Bill, I mean, that's something if you can figure that out, man, that could be a good little video to do. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there because Tim was running into the same situation the other day. It was really pissing him off. But we'll see how many because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of drone channels now. If as long as they have those capabilities, you're probably going to see quite a few of them start monetizing here pretty soon. The hardest thing is that 3,000 hours, because you're still gonna, 3,000 hours is still a lot of watch time. Doesn't sound like a lot till you start breaking it down. That's quite a bit of watch time. So, but I have a feeling it's just YouTube trying to see if they can make another $1 billion off of the platform, right? Super chats, but in reality, I mean, even a channel that small is probably not gonna get a shit ton of super chats. And you still have to make that $100 threshold even, so even if you get $100 worth of super chats, once they take their 30%, you still don't reach that $100 threshold till you actually get over it after their fees. So, I've managed to reach the dizzying heights of 145 now. That's drone channels is a tough thing. I mean, we've talked about that. It's a it's a tough thing to do for sure. I mean, that's because I haven't turned Nightbot off. So never mind. I get my old age pension in 3 years. Well, YouTube gets 30% of that, and then you get the rest of it. So of course, $100, they would take what, $30 of that. So, and then you take, but you have to, every time they cash you out, you have to meet at least $100 threshold within every month. So. I've been monetized for about 4 months now, probably like 100. Yeah, I mean, I've been monetized for about a month. Like 1 month and maybe 6 weeks. And I think I've made 220 off of AdSense and super chats just in like a month and a half's time. So it's definitely not enough to live off of, yeah, for sure. Visual line of sights, what's up, buddy? How's it going? I think 30% is a little much though, guys, for real. Like, I can understand maybe 10, 15%, but 30% seems like a little much to me. But see, that's why a lot of us, even channels that aren't monetized, that's why people put their PayPals in their links in there as well. Because if you just PayPal somebody money, they just get the full amount, and you pay like what, a 30-cent fee by sending it family and friends. Say you send $50 to me in my PayPal, it only costs you like 30 cents or something, maybe 40 cents. And that's the only fee that gets paid out. YouTube doesn't get any of that. But super chats also kind of, sometimes people just like putting that up on your screen and being able to write a message in it and all that stuff. Especially on the bigger channels, it kind of helps you stick out in the chat. So if you have a question you really want to get answered, there's 200-300 people in a chat, you're most likely your comments going to get overlooked pretty easily. He had to go get ready for work. What's up, Paul Murray? How's it going, man? It does over here, Mark, because Sarah sent me money this morning. It was like 30 cents or something for her to send it. She sent it as family and friends. It wasn't free. Yeah, me and her have sent money back and forth bunches of times, like throughout the year. And every time we even like, it's depends on the percentage. So if I send Sarah like $40, they do charge me a fee, but it's super tiny. Not enough to get, uh, you know, not enough to really worry about. in certain countries, they might not have to because of the certain laws you guys might have over there. Oh, visual line of sight, dude. I see gaming channels, big ass gaming channels, like 50, 60,000 subs. Bro, they'll pull $500 in just an hour. I've seen them, they'll pull 5, 6 grand in one night just doing a live stream. They'll do like 1 or 2 live streams a week. Oh, bro, they make tons of bank. After YouTube takes their fee, they're probably walking away with $6,000, $7,000 a week super chats. And that's not even the big money maker when you're a huge channel. Like it's really sponsors and all that shit. Yeah, exactly. Visual line of sight. Well, like I said too, drone channels are a tough thing to get off the ground. They really are. They're just not as like, 8 years ago, the drone footage was like, whoa, and like you had all these people that were super impressed by it and were really watching it. But like even people that make really good videos like Matt, I mean, they just don't get the views that they really deserve on the time they spend editing it and everything. I mean, a lot of these people like Matt will spend, days editing one video that's like probably 10 minutes long, but spend days doing it. And, maybe if he's lucky, get 300 views on it, maybe 400. But, but as far as and then a lot of drone footage just falls dead once it gets initial views. Usually it doesn't do anything after that. It just goes dead in the water. The only time old videos, even on any channel, I've noticed it seems like the only time videos really get old videos get a lot of views is when channels start getting big and people want to go back and watch older content, that they have. Yeah, Jim drone channel off the ground. That's what I said. It's a tough thing, man, no doubt. Like I came onto YouTube thinking people were going to be wowed by just the fact of flying around and seeing everything from the air, but I quickly learned that it's not as popular. You're getting most of your views from other people that fly drones, not necessarily people outside the drone community. That's the hardest thing is getting people outside the drone community to watch your stuff. And that's kind of why I went into gaming, because it's a lot bigger community. There's a lot more people to pull from, and people like watching gaming videos. It's still a popular thing. Uh, because I would say the gaming community is always evolving as far as there's always new games coming out that are different. Where the drone community, it's always evolving, but it's like the hardware is evolving, but the actual what you're doing with the drone is basically kind of the same. It's not really evolving to the point to where you're really doing anything more spectacular with a Mavic 3 than you were doing with the Air 2S. I mean, there's a few things, but unless you're like super into photography and stuff, you're not going to really notice that stuff as just a regular person that knows nothing about this stuff that's just watching it from on YouTube, right? They're not going to notice a huge difference between the Air 2 and the Mavic 3 like you would. My own, yeah, that's the place to make some money. Visual line of sight, no doubt, is OnlyFans for sure. Oh, for sure, Jim. I mean, the games these days are so extensive, it's crazy. Like, if you could take GTA 5 back into the mid 90s, dude, you'd blow people's freaking minds. They wouldn't know what the hell to do with that game. I mean, there were some kind of open world games back then, and like maybe the mid to late 90s, but to the extent of these games these days, yeah, they're nowhere on the same level. It is about the photography, but unfortunately, your average person that knows nothing about photography isn't gonna notice a huge difference unless you're pointing it out to them and actually showing them. Like if Matt was to take an Air 2, this is where my point is, like Matt say, because we all know Matt's really good on DaVinci. If he was to take an Air 2S video, 4-minute video and a 4-minute video for the Mavic 3 and put them through DaVinci, do all the color grading, make them really nice, and you were to show somebody that knows nothing about drones, knows nothing about photography, they probably wouldn't be able to tell you the difference. Forza, that's the racing game, if I remember correctly. I was never really big into racing games. I kind of was into the NASCAR when it first came out, like back on PlayStation 1, but I was never really, I kind of dabbled in Need for Speed a little bit, but oh yeah, Call of Duty, I played all of those. Army of Two was a really good one. I really liked Army of Two. That was one of my favorite Army games because if you could get a somebody else to play with you, I mean, it was a fun game. And I started playing Sniper Elite 4. That one's it's not an easy game, I'll tell you what. And that's true too, Rod. Most drone people can't tell the difference, let alone a regular person. So that's what I'm saying. The evolving as far as the outside community that's watching your stuff isn't going to notice the the level of involvement as far as like games go, right? Is you notice a huge difference in games when it comes to graphics, how big the world is, especially most people that are involved in games, they're going to definitely be able to tell the difference. That's why I say, I mean, you're 100% correct about that. You take somebody that really knows how to edit color grade and they're going to take that video and most people wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Yeah, I got a bunch of games on Steam too that I've gotten for free because Steam always puts Steam and Epic always put games out. Every once in a while they'll take a really good title and make it free for a limited time and I'll try to grab them when I can. Like Tomb Raider they made free not too long ago and that game has some serious graphics. Tomb Raiders are such a badass game. The last Tomb Raider they did. No, I used to have a Xbox Mendez, but ever since I got into PC gaming, console gaming doesn't really interest me anymore. PC gaming's so much better. Just there, when it comes to a lot of games, there's just a lot of stuff that you can do in the games that you could never do on a console, like mod menus, different things like that that you can unlock. Roland, what's up, man? And Laura, good night. We'll see you later. But yeah, the last Tomb Raider, man, that game will tax the living shit out of your computer if you don't have a good computer. I'll tell you what, that game has such good graphics. And it actually has a for actually running what do you want to call it? You can actually run like stress tests on your PC in the game. It has benchmarks in the game that you can run to test your system on it. What's up, Donald? PC gaming sucks. Whatever. Oh, Mendez, once you got a PC gaming, bro, you'll never want to go back to console. Like I said, when you play a lot of games on PC, a lot of times you'll find that it's just you'll have better levels. You'll have mod menus and stuff that you can't get on console. You do have to deal with more modders though when you're playing on public servers. So that kind of is a issue you'll run into as well. Oh my God. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty, but not many. Yeah, Call of Duty's kind of died off. I would say over the last couple of years. There's still quite a bit of a cult following out there for it. Oh yeah, the graphics cards make a huge difference, Jim, for sure. My new piece of gaming was when you played paid chess with the friends. Best night down the street. Oh my god. I want a modern version of Bard's Tale and Wizardry in 64. And that's the one thing I love about Steam though too, Rod, is people are always taking older games and redoing them and putting them on Steam. That's the problem is that's a Nintendo game too though. Ships are about 1 hour plus away from the Blue Water Bridge at Port Huron. Well, what ships, Paul? What ships are you talking about? We are just waiting for Blizzard to die so I can go back to the normal Call of Duty. Margie, what's up? How you doing? I'll put on the Port Huron live stream, Paul, and watch out for you. Edward says. Justin Speed is Pong about all. Oh, whatever. Hey, sometimes, Rod, though, the simplest games like that are actually the roughest. You remember that damn game, what was it, Flappy Birds that was on the, it used to be on the, App Store, was about 6 or 7 years ago. Probably might have been longer than that, but people were getting so frustrated with that game. It caused such a controversy that they actually took it off of the App Store because of that. Because it was pissing people off so bad. It was just a basic game of you tap the screen and the bird would move up and you would try to get him up and over like little pipes and stuff. It was such a basic game, but was one of the toughest games out there. Thanks, Margie. It's just a Corsair background that I downloaded off of Google Images. I thought was cool looking. I just kind of randomly I'll pull some. No, it wasn't Angry Birds. It was called Flappy Birds. I think it was called Flappy Birds. I love Angry Birds. I could still play that game. Hey, Roland, I sent you a link, man, if you want to pop in. I'll put the link back in the chat. If anybody wants to pop in, they can. No, it's not OBS, Margie. I have OBS. I've been getting it set up and kind of playing around with it again. But when I put the new M.2 in this computer, I had to re-download everything. And so I had to start with OBS from scratch. And I've just been kind of dragging my feet, setting it back up, getting it set back up. So eventually I'm going to start using it again. All right, Sean, we'll see you later. Have a good night at work. Lurking mate. Oh, you're good, Roland. Yeah, it's just regular Zoom. That's all it is. But yeah, I gotta get OBS set back up. Like I said, I've just been dragging my feet getting it set back up because I usually used to use it just for live streaming gaming. But I haven't live streamed any gaming in a while. I'm actually gonna check out some other servers in FiveM and since I'm not a member of those servers, I'll just go in as a guest and maybe do some live streaming from there once I get OBS set back up. Let me see if anybody's responded to the links. Oh, it looks like Matt's coming in. All right, Jim, we'll see you back in a minute. What's up?
Right, me bloody phone holder in the truck, so hopefully, fuck, I don't know if this is even going to work.
Hey, you mind mirroring your image so you're on the right side of the car?
Is it triggering you, you millennial prick? Oh dear, random lives, man. I've been slamming those shorts, right? Every 12 hours, bang, 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 bang. They take 2 seconds to put together. I think the last one got 27 views.
Oh, I've noticed that on some of mine lately too. I think they're getting to the point where they're not pushing them as hard. I told
Yeah, well, you
everybody
got that right.
I told everybody there was going to be a window where eventually they were going to stop doing that once they became enough widely used that they didn't
Yep.
feel like they had to push them as hard.
Yep.
Once they become kind of second nature of YouTube. Because I've noticed a lot of mine in the last few weeks, I've gotten a bunch that have only gotten like 20 views, maybe 10 views. And then I've had a couple that have gotten a couple thousand out of nowhere. I dropped 2 the other day.
Yeah.
One got 1.2K and the other one got 4.
You can't work them out, eh? You can't work them out. I tell you what, too. I put a video out, I don't know, a while ago. What did I write on it? I think the title was Mavic 3 Classic. I think I said 10-bit color, right? So I got nearly 700 views on that, like straight up, and I thought, oh fucking, that's pretty cool. Anyway, so the next video I put out, I titled very similarly, 200 views. You know, what the fuck?
What's up, Paul?
That's fucking weird.
I just
I think
thought
you can
I'd
spend
come
a
in.
lifetime.
I thought I'd pop in with you and Matt for just a few minutes. I'm waiting on a couple of ships to come, one up and one down.
All right.
But you were sitting here all by your lonesome until Matt came in.
Oh, so check this out, Matt. Did you hear about I don't know, did you hear when I was talking about how YouTube changed their policy now?
About the watch time and hours and all that sort of shit.
So now you only have to have 500 subs and 3,000 hours
Yep.
or 3 million shorts, but you don't get no ad revenue until you hit 1,000 and the 4,000 watch hours.
400. Yeah.
So whatever money you make is just off of super chats. That's it.
So really, when it comes down to it, I can't see the point of even monetizing if that's the case. Well, why have they lowered these things if there's no benefit to you whatsoever? It's pointless.
Well, I mean, it depends on how much people like your channel, though. I mean,
yeah, but why monetize at that early stage when you can't do it anyway? You're not making anything out of it. Seems to be a little bit redundant. It's like, oh, monetize, don't make a fucking thing out of it until I reach the normal amount of hours and shit. So why not just wait and monetize until then?
well, once you monetize that early, though, I mean, it automatically will unlock once you hit that second threshold. But I mean, who's to say you'd ever hit it too? If you spent 2 years getting to just that point, most likely you're not going to grow any quicker just because you have super chats on there. You know,
Okay, let me ask you
or the
something.
memberships.
Yeah, okay. So you can get memberships and all that sort of shit. I suppose that there's an advantage there, I guess. But in that point, if you do monetize, does YouTube then push your shit more because they're making money out of it too? Do they push monetized channels further than The non-monetized channels?
I would probably say at that, even at like the size I'm at, probably not. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure about that. Like, there might be at some point when you're monetized, because every time you hit a different threshold, it unlocks more shit. So like when you hit 10,000 subs, it unlocks a whole bunch more stuff. I think when you hit 25,000 or 50,000, it unlocks a whole bunch more.
Hey, Rod.
So there's-
Hello.
What's up,
Hey,
Rob?
Matt, I got the answer for you. As to why Google did it. And it's something that Google, well, so, one, Google's ad revenue has been doing shitty. So's Facebook, which is why Google 9+ months ago, I don't know if you really noticed, they got a hell of a lot more aggressive with their ads and the fact that you couldn't skip ads.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to generate more ad revenue for them. So the entire point of this, doing this for the small channel, is not really about the small channel. It's about them taking the 30% cut of, you know, like super chats and things like that. So it's literally just a revenue grab by Google more than anything.
That's what I was
It's got
saying.
nothing, it's got zero to do with trying to be nice to those people. It's everything with their bean counters trying to generate more revenue, because ad revenue right now across the board is down.
That's what I said at the beginning of the show. I think it was just a money grab
It is.
because
It's a
it could
pure
make
money
it
grab. It's a
could
pure
make
money grab.
it could make them another, you know, potential 100 million to $1 billion a year. I mean,
They're trying to make up what they're losing for in other ad revenue. So it's just another way to pick
Yeah,
up a few
right.
more dollars. It's literally what it is for Google.
well, did you see what they did
Yeah.
too on Google on YouTube TV? So the TV version of YouTube that you would watch on your TV, right? Your smart TV. They were experimenting with, so you would have to sit through 10 unskippable 15-second ads on a
I
video.
Yeah.
wouldn't watch. I'd turn it off before I did that. That'd do my head in.
That they were experimenting to see if people would sit and actually sit through it.
And here's the
that'd
other
do
part,
my head in.
Matt.
I'd switch off.
What's the downside to Google doing it? Nothing. Literally nothing. The management
Yeah,
of it, it's
yeah.
all software in a database that they calculate all this on for anyway. So why does it, it's meaningless to them for the most part.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
no-
They just, but that TV one, that's just, I just wouldn't watch it. There's no way in fucking hell I'd sit through all that shit. They won't expect. You gotta remember too that sometimes people can't even sit through a 10-second fucking short, right? Let alone fucking 10, 15-second ads.
Well, and as a
Shit, then
creator,
they've got to be like 3 seconds.
the man's shutting them down because he's speaking the truth.
Oh yeah.
You're freezing up. As
Yeah,
a
I was going through it underpass.
Yeah, but as a creator though, remember when we were talking about the mid-roll ads, you can actually go in and shut those off as a creator. You just won't make as much off the ad revenue. They do give you that option.
Exactly right. Yep, yep. And to be quite honest, in a 2-minute drone video, right? You're hard pressed to get 60% view time on that. It's no good putting ads in the fucking middle or just after the middle or whatever, because 40% of those people are gone anyway. So
Oh yeah, you're lucky to get 30% retention rate on a 2-minute drone footage.
some people.
Well, like I was actually praising you at the beginning of the show. I said, as much time as Matt spends, he might spend days working on a 5-minute video and lucky to get over 300 views. I mean, and what's your average
Yeah.
view rate on a video? We're around 200 and something, right?
I'll say 250 on lives and normal videos. That's around about an average. Some are less, some are more. If I post anything about the scooter, that just dumps anyway, because it was not my audience. A scooter's not my audience anyway. I'm just doing it because it's another form of media, with the 360 camera and all that sort of shit, which I'm just mucking around with. And whoever wants to watch that sort of shit can. I think, whatever. But it's not a scooter channel, it's a drone shit. But there are people who are interested in the 360 for their B-roll stuff and all that sort of shit. So it's still a worthwhile thing for me to do. I still enjoy doing it. Gets me out and about, get all the shit down, take some footage, go home, attempt to edit it.
But for sure, that's it. The whole 500 thing, that's definitely a money grab. for
God, I
sure.
wish they would enhance their freaking editor, so you can splice and so you can remove the freaking audio or add audio.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, yeah.
ridiculous.
They need their own, even if it's a basic Windows, what do you want to call it? Windows editor type program in there, just something basic where you can at least do basic shit would be nice.
Yeah.
It would be nice, but they've actually got to work seriously. They've got to look at the way that program renders, because how that program renders is horrendous. It's terrible. It really it degrades the footage to no end. It looks-
Paul's on the panel, Matt. Easy.
Hey,
I said Paul's on the panel. Easy now, talking
I
about
don't take, I don't
Windows
take,
Movie Maker.
I don't take anything.
no. I'm talking about
I don't take anything
talking about the
personal about
360
Windows
app.
Movie Maker. That's just, that's my alley,
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the 360 app, not Windows Movie Maker. You'll get better quality out of Movie Maker.
Well,
Oh.
the thing of it is, Matt, is I'm putting out 3 and 4 ship videos a day. And it takes me on average about 2 hours from time I fly it to put it online. And you're more much of an artist. I'm like just on a roll.
You did. You did say ship, didn't you?
Yep, ship.
Oh, ship. Oh, okay. 3 or 4 ship videos. Yeah.
So, you smart ass.
Well,
Yeah,
some,
I
some,
know,
of,
mate,
some
I
of
know.
them might be shit videos, but
That's it. Oh, mate. Don't listen to me, mate. Yeah, that's right. But even I don't know. People who watch your stuff. A lot of people don't even care about 4K or anything like that. Or if you compare the footage of 1080p and 4K, especially when you're rendering down to 1080p, you do lose a lot of image quality. And you got all these nice drones, you've got all these nice cameras and everything like that. And all the footage everyone sees is 1080p,
He said hot
But
rod.
obviously a lot of
What's that?
Read David's comment. Oh, go ahead, finish, Matt.
Oh. Can I get him a special license? Yeah, no, sorry. I may be on the inside, but I don't have that kind of pull.
Movie Maker is my
It's
savior.
free. It's
Yep.
free anyways.
Oh, mate, absolutely. If you're comfortable with it, you're comfortable with it. You just do what you do, mate.
Well,
It's
when
all
you,
right.
Matt, when you're not there anywhere as close to it, but when you get to be 70,
And honestly, because you fly them so much, right? It's not
Yep.
like it's not like you got to do lots of cutting, right?
No.
To put it together. You fly it the way pretty much exactly how you're going to throw it out there. So, yeah, you don't need much of anything. It's like start here, end here. Okay,
yeah,
I'm good.
and I fly the same patterns, upbound
Yeah,
ships,
exactly.
I fly in one pattern, downbound ships another pattern.
Well, the biggest thing with Paul is he's trying to get it out the same day it passed his house. So, cause he wants people to know, like, if somebody's specifically looking for that ship that day, he wants them to be able to find it. He doesn't want to put it out a week later.
I have a lot of family members of the ship crew that look for my videos. It's like Matt, you might remember, like 2 years ago, I went and went around behind the back of the G3 Marquis, and I come up the starboard side going forward, and the guy comes out of the bridge and moons me. So it's like they're as entertained by it as I am.
So actually, Paul, that's an interesting comment about the families watching.
Yep,
So, I do a lot of surfers stuff
Yep.
here. And there's been a couple of times, and I cross post my YouTube back to their Facebook page that the surfers all kind of hang out on. And twice I had some lady was going, "Hey, there's my grandson in the movie." She was getting a kick out of being able to watch my video and see her
see her
grandkid,
grandson. Yeah,
her grandson out surfing. So there's a lot of truth to that. Depending on what it is, yeah, you'll get family members interested. So
Oh my God.
one of the things I've been thinking about doing right now, the connection down there sucks. So I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I got to play around with it. I want to actually live stream some of the flights over the surfers while they're out surfing.
What drone are you using for that, mate? The Avata?
I will probably for that, I will use the Mavic 3 Pro with the RC Pro, because the RC Pro
Okay, well,
has the streaming.
I'll tell you now, be really, really careful with external signals with those controllers, man. Because you got the RC Pro, right? Okay, I don't know about that, but the normal RC, it shuts everything off and it tells you so. As soon as you take off,
Yeah. That's why I bought the RC Pro, because the RC Pro you can do it, and the RC you can't. So
yeah, it's shocking, because Dennis Lovelady, when he was here, we were live streaming, and this thing just did not get connection, mate.
Yeah,
2 meters in front of it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I could do it with the Avata, Matt, because, well, one, I use the goggles too. So the goggles too requires you have a device plugged in for the whole remote ID thing, right? So yeah. I could run StreamYard or something like that on my Triple Tech tablet to stream it to YouTube, just simply because I have it plugged in. So I could definitely stream the Avata. The annoying problem would be is you can only fly about 14 minutes. So I'd rather do that same sort of thing and fly 33 to 35 minutes and then change batteries.
Yeah.
Right? For a live stream kind of thing. I wouldn't want to be changing batteries that often. And you can see how long that drone is up with Dennis Lovelady, right? Because he's got the Mavic 3 that he sings with, and that drone's just hanging up in the air for freaking a long time during his live streams before he swaps batteries out. So that's why I would probably use the Mavic 3 Pro.
Yeah, they have got good battery time. I mean, his live show can easily go for an hour and a half, and he's only got 3 batteries through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. So, and I've got 4 batteries, although I've been thinking about buying a 5th. My charger is my aftermarket charger is just a smidge slower than I would like, but I have 5 for my Avata, so I can literally just, if I fly all 5 batteries, then the goggles battery is only about half. It's only down about half. I still have two lights left after flying 5.
That's plenty. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the even more interesting part is I actually have 2 more of those batteries for the goggles, because when they first came out, people were saying, "Oh, those things didn't last so long." So when I bought them, I bought a couple extra I've never used either one of those extra batteries ever. And the motion controller is kind of the same way. That thing seems to last forever as well. So
all right, we'll see you later, Dan. What's up, JDS?
So anyways, the problem I have right now is where I fly is the cell phone service sucks.
Drone Workshop, Dan.
Oh, Dan, how are you, mate?
And then
He
Lambo.
sent me a video.
Oh, go ahead.
He sent me a video the other day of him. he got a
That
chainsaw that attaches to his fucking drill.
Yeah,
Have you seen
dude.
that?
Yes, dude. I've been seeing those things. So I've seen a bunch of other reviewers do it. Oh my God,
Oh
that's the
my
most
God.
jankiest ass chainsaw I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, up to your drill. Oh my God! And all of a sudden, Dan's got homicidal fucking tendencies, right? Oh dear.
Yeah, yeah, I was watching his video though. But like I said, I've seen so many people doing the reviews on those things, and those are the most jankiest things ever.
Yeah, they look a bit fucking sketched, don't they? They're a bit. Fucking hell.
Yeah, the interesting part about where I fly a lot at now is that's the one place that I've actually had two Karens. Although it wasn't Karen's, it was George's. But now, like all the surfers and the lifeguards, the freaking all, there's like a gaggle of people that are always hanging around on the weekends. They all know me now. Everybody just goes, "Oh, you're the drone guy." There's like 50 people, like 50 people that all know me now and are completely comfortable with me flying around. They're like, "Oh, you know, can we look?" And so I've kind of got a really good thing going with that community. So I'm kind of hoping that group will maybe help build my YouTube channel a little.
Bro, look at this Fisher Price ass freaking chainsaw for your drill. Look at that. Looking like it was made my first chainsaw by Fisher Price.
That's the one.
Dude, I can't believe Walmart and Amazon's actually selling this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, someone
Whatever
bought
works.
that for
And then he was out there cutting his mom's trees down with it. He was like, "Look at this! It cuts right through it."
You know, knowing Dan, I'm surprised he didn't cut his own fingers off just for the views and then go to the hospital and watch him sew it back on so they could get the views for that too.
And then Dan says, "I'm telling you, Lambo, it makes you feel invincible." Running into a building with that little dinky ass chainsaw.
Give me all your money.
Can you imagine? What was it, Freddie, with one of those?
Oh yeah, he'd have two of them.
He'd have to be scary, to even be remotely scary.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah, I left 2 comments on his video. I said, "This is the Fisher Price chainsaw, my first chainsaw." And I said, "And your mom's going to kick your ass. You're out there cutting her favorite trees down in her front yard."
She'll go out the next day, the whole yard is void of trees.
He's going to take down a
load of firewood, Mum.
You imagine just taking a massive ass.
fireplace.
Could you imagine him just taking a massive ass tree down in his driveway with that?
Oh, fucking hell.
Big old 4-foot
Have to chip
round
it away
tree.
at it. Oh dear.
Yeah, so he started a new channel now where he's just reviewing like little cheapy products off of different websites. Like what was that one?
No
Temu.
shit.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like Timo, Wish, AliExpress type stuff.
Yeah. Those channels do really well actually, because every now and again they get a really fucking good one, right? There was a bloke the other day because on Timo or whatever it was advertising a Mavic 3 for $14, right?
Oh my god.
Right, so how do people? Ooh, Mavic 3,
What, a
bargain.
3D print, a 3D printed one that was 2 inches long?
Yeah, fucking oath. That's about it, eh? I
For that price.
actually saw on Marketplace yesterday a Mavic 2 Pro with 4 batteries, remote, all that sort of shit, blah blah blah, bag. Now it'd be about $600 US.
You want to
believe
hear a
that?
good one, Matt?
Yeah.
I saw one on Autel Pilots. A Evo 2 Pro 6K V1 with the smart controller, and he wanted $1,200. Hell, the smart
overpriced.
controller is $1,200 by itself.
Yeah, I
That
know,
was
but
a hell of a deal.
I mean, I know you've had one. I don't know.
I
if
got
you still
2.
Got it? Or do you still fly them?
Yes.
Brett says, Matt, was that the Mevic tree?
Mevic tree? Yeah, probably.
Must have misread it. Oh dear, that's funny.
Well, they gotta say it all
I'm gonna-
fast so you don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to cut out here. I'm going to jump in my truck and I'll join you in a sec.
It was a Mavic
right.
3 with no space between C and 3. So, different product.
Absolutely different product. Just because the photo looks like a Mavic 3 doesn't mean that's what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly. Here you are. You're just getting a 3D printed version of it that's about
Well,
2 inches in size.
Well, it's some guy that started his own drone business because he doesn't want you to know, or the drone industry doesn't want you to know all this information. So he's bringing it
Oh,
to
yeah,
you
it's
for
taking the-
$29.99 a month.
It's taking the drone industry by storm.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
s-
it amazes me, because man, flying there at the beach and Flagler, there's a pier there, so it's a tourist trap area anyways. The amount of people that I talk to about, oh, I want to get one of these, what should I get, kind of thing, that have that conversation with me, there's probably 5 people every time I go fly. Then I end up having that conversation. I need to just get a sign that says, go buy a DJI Mini 3 Pro. You'll be good.
Yeah.
Because that's the one I tell everybody. I know you should probably do like a Mini 2 SE if you wanted a really inexpensive one. But it's just like, get the Mini 3 Pro with the RC. You can't go wrong.
Later, Brett.
You don't have to plug your damn phone in, right, to fly. You got the drone, you got the RC, you're good. Just pull it out, you're good. You don't have to worry about registration because it's sub 250.
I'm just going to get in my truck.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes.
And it has the whole vertical thing. So, you can shoot vertical and post on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is if you want to do it. So it makes doing that easy too. So it's like, just get that drone. Be good. $909. Be happy.
Oh, what the fuck is a Mevic tree? It's the cheap ass shit you buy off of Facebook. Claims it's a Mavic 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's the off brand.
The one I can't figure out is the freaking goddamn advertisement on Google's that talks about the world's most advanced drone for like $99. And I'm thinking, how the hell can Google sell that ad to those people knowing that is complete other bullshit?
Well, it's like Facebook. Look at, dude, I can't. I'm telling you right
It's
now,
like,
at this point, I would never buy anything off of Facebook because everything is so scammy on there. It's ridiculous. Like they've gone so much into the gutter as far as their ads go that it's just, I don't think that there's ever coming back from that. It's just, they've taken every ad revenue stream that they could get down to the bottom of the barrel, and
which
they
is
just
how
run
so
it.
many of the malwares have actually come through the ad engines on some of these big guys. It literally came through. Cause they'll take almost any fucking ad that they can.
I mean,
Without
Facebook's probably the
reviewing
biggest
it.
culprit. Out of all the websites I've been on, that Facebook is probably the worst one out of all of them. Every one of their fucking ads is a scam. And 9 out of 10 of them are scams. I mean, they're really bad. Yeah, I
So you're
don't buy.
just proving my point why Google did what they did. Because ad revenue has been sucking, so they're just trying to figure out how to get more revenue.
Well, and then their their membership doesn't probably isn't selling that well either. I mean, that's like 20 some dollars a month you have to pay for that.
Depends on the channel. You can
Well,
have
no,
like a
No, I'm saying the if you want the
the YouTube premium thing.
yeah, it's
Oh,
like 20 some dollars a month for that shit.
got it. I wouldn't buy that crap.
Just so you don't have to see the ads. I mean, it doesn't really.
Yeah,
I think it unlocks a few more things in like the YouTube movie section too, I think, but that's about it.
whatever.
But it's a bunch of old ass movies anyway. They're
Screw
like,
down. Hello, I have HBO Max through my AT&T service.
well, I mean, you can get frickin' Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN all in one package for $12 a month.
In fact, I just got an email today. I could watch the new Avatar on HBO Max.
I just watched that a couple weeks ago. It wasn't too bad. Wasn't as bad as everybody was making it out to be. I think it just took a long ass time to come out with the second one.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like Matrix 2 and Matrix 3. Those kind of scrambled your brain trying to follow the fucking story with all of that.
Oh yeah, and then the one that they
It just
put
got
out.
weird. It just got weird in 2 and kind of even weirder in 3
Well,
until
then
the end.
The recent one they just put out was a couple years ago. That one I watched it and I couldn't figure out how the hell that made any connection to the
Mhm.
previous movies. I guess it's just because I hadn't seen them in so long,
Yeah.
but it didn't make any sense to me. I was so confused watching that movie. Like I love Keanu Reeves, but that was not his best movie for sure. I think the John Wick movies are about his legacy. Those are really good. Which is funny because actually his favorite movie, he was doing an interview and I think he said his favorite movie was actually Constantine, and that was an okay movie.
Hmm.
I mean, I didn't really care for it. It was all right. I have to do a return video refund for AliExpress. I don't think I've ever bought anything off of there. I've never bought nothing off of Wish neither. I don't know. I've always been just wary about those sites.
You know, Auto Pilots. There's an Auto Pilots web forum, and then there's an Auto Pilots sort of reseller over there in China that has nothing to do with Auto, right? All the people here in the US, a lot of the people here in the US that bought the Nano Plus early and bought it off that the Auto Pilot site all seem to have challenges with those. And it's like, you know how they got those, right? They got those because some guy pulled a pickup truck over right by the Autel plant and they packed a few cases on for them so that they could sell of the early shit that wasn't really ready yet to ship and probably wasn't supposed to ship, but sort of backdoor black market China kind of thing. And a lot of people got burned by that. The one that I got, which I waited until it actually launched from Autel here in the US, works fine to this day.
Like
with its quirks. I'm not saying it's a perfect drone. It's a little quirky, but yeah.
What's up, Mike?
Yeah,
Well,
Rod, the Nano Plus, I find the stick isn't as responsive as it is on the DJIs.
It's not.
When it starts to go left and you go right, you gotta be careful about going right, otherwise it jerks back.
Yeah, the other issue is it's not very smooth with two stick operation at the same time.
Right,
So, for example, if you're flying it back in the wind, right? Or you're flying into the wind, try not to use both sticks. Try to point it and just use the forward stick. Because if you're using the left stick to sort of turn or rotate as well, you're actually going to slow the damn drone down. So it's better to just use one stick to fly back.
I also had a problem with it as far as wind resistance because of the river.
They got it better later on.
Yeah, it's better, but it's a struggle to get around in front of the ships when there's a wind.
It's not a Mavic 3. It's not a Mini 3.
No,
Yeah, no, it's not.
it's not an Air 2S. The Air 2S I put up in 25, 30 mile an hour winds.
Oh yeah, easily.
Mike said shit ass processor can't compute fast enough.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's
But you
part
get
of
what
it.
you pay for, I only paid, $600-700 for it.
But the interesting part is that Light Plus. God damn, that Light Plus is a fucking good drone.
Yep.
And that is the Light Plus. I tell everybody because I've in the community. I'm probably one of the guys that have owned the Evo 2 Pro probably as long as anybody because I got it shortly after it started shipping. The Light Plus is a cleaned up version of the Evo 2 Pro. It's pretty much what it is, just a little bit smaller, but it's the same 1-inch camera, although it's a slightly newer sensor. I'm sure the processor is a little different. It's inside of it, but I mean that thing, the Light Plus flies really well, and yeah, Paul wouldn't have any problems with flying the ships with the Light Plus.
Have you seen Matt's it's his Mavic Evo?
His Mavic Evo.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's the everyone wished they had with a great camera on it.
Yeah. And then the other one, Paul, is the Evo 2 Pro that I have.
Yeah.
All the DJI guys used to call that thing the flying brick. Well, the one good thing about a flying brick, you can have 40-mile-an-hour winds and it won't notice.
Yep.
So
That was
And
like the old Inspires,
Yeah.
You get a heavy wind and they just dip down and go,
yeah, the Evo
Unless
2
it's-
Pro, I've literally took it over to the beach when we had I think it was a tropical storm was offshore, but we were getting probably 33 to 35 mile an hour steady winds with gusts into the 40s. And I put that Evo 2 Pro up over the beach. Everybody that was at the beach that day was like, how the hell is that thing flying out there? Yep, it is. That video's actually, God, I should go find that video.
The thing is with those newer hotels, they've actually fixed their color issue, which the Evo has been laden with for many years. And the newer hotels, those little ones, they're really good. The colors are really nice on them.
Yeah, no, I
problem.
don't necessarily disagree with you, but I don't know, just me. I like the colors on the Evo 2 Pro.
Well, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a Mavic Pro that was shot in the vivid color profile. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, that's probably about right. And I
Yeah.
like that style. It's just like GoPro, right? GoPro with the vivid. I don't mind the colors sort of popping out at me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go get ready down by the water. The ships are getting close.
Yeah,
Everybody
I
have a
like it.
great time. Yep. Bye-bye.
I'm trying to
Yeah, buddy.
I'm trying to go back and find that fucking video. Jesus. That was one of my early videos. Ah-doo-doo.
So how's that new job going for you, Matt? Have you
Yeah,
started it
good.
yet?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's oh, I do bugger all, mate. Really. It's. I mean, I only did like 2 trailers yesterday, and I sat around for most
Here
of the
it
day
is.
waiting for people to load me and unload me.
No, I was talking about that new movie job you got.
Oh, the documentary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good, mate. Yeah, yeah, getting some more footage for that. I'd actually know tomorrow I'm not flying for it. I'm going out with Michael and Cliff, and we're going to do some stuff down the Gold Coast. But really good, man. Really good. But it's money for nothing, mate. It really is. It's,
I don't know
go
whether
out
you
there,
can
have,
see this or not, Matt, because you're driving, but here's the video I did of that day that I was talking about.
Oh yeah, it did look pretty rough out there.
Oh, tropical storm offshore. Oh yeah, it was rough. You can see the drone kind of bouncing around, but you see the video on the right.
yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it?
So that's my little Canon power shot on the left, just video the Autel out there. And then you see the video on the right. The video on the right is freaking steady as hell. 40 mile an hour, 40 fucking mile an hour gust. Okay. Yeah. I'll take that drone on a windy day, any day of the week. It won't scare me in the least to put the damn thing in the air. Not in the least. I've done it. This video shows I've done it. And,
Yeah, right.
and it's handling it pretty damn well. It's not bobbing around. It's not massively moving around. I mean, it's moving little, but you would expect it to move a little in that kind of wind. But it's literally just standing there over the dunes doing that. Kind of hard to complain about a drone that can freaking do that.
Yeah. No, that's all right, isn't it? They're doing really good.
I actually did one.
That's what irritated me about everybody that was picking on the Evo 2 Pro. And I'm like, God damn, this thing's a pretty good drone. You all need to like fly it a little bit more. Oh, it doesn't fly like a DJI. Well, no shit. A Ford doesn't drive like a Chevy either. So doesn't mean it's not a good vehicle.
I actually did a video about a year and a half ago where I actually filmed the Air 2 with the Mini 2 and then did a side by side to show what the Air 2 was doing with the Mini 2 in the air, about 200 feet.
Oh,
Fucking Air 2 was doing this shit, but then the footage was just solid.
yeah.
Kind of give a perspective from up high what it would be doing.
Yeah. So anyways, there you go. That was
Yeah,
kind
I think all those drones now are doing pretty good when it comes to stability in winds and GPS and autonomous modes. They've come a long way. Autel, DJI has been pretty good at it for quite some time. Autel for a time there is always just sort of missing the mark, and then they just dropped off the radar for a bit, and then they come back again. And to their credit, you know, they've done really good jobs with their newer stuff. You know,
it's gotten but it's gotten better.
It has, but there was always that thing for me, because even the log footage out of that 6K drone. I mean, I had Brett down there in Melbourne send me up his log footage from the Autel, and even the log footage was bloody magenta. And I'm
that was the one thing everybody complained about that one. So
yeah, there's no way I could use that drone with what work I'm doing. I couldn't send them that file. They'd look at me and go, "Oi, what's this shit?"
sure,
unfortunately.
Now,
but you know, for what I'm using it for, which is just to go video and throw shit up on YouTube, who cares?
Yeah. Oh no, each of their own, mate. It's a job specific sort of drone, you know.
And I probably would make it worse, because one of the things I like on that drone, and you have it on the Nano Plus and the Light Plus, is you have what they call defog, which is dehaze effectively in DaVinci, which would monkey with the colors even more.
It does.
I'd crank that thing up just because, again, I kind of like the vivid, Matt.
Yeah.
So, I didn't want it just a little orange in the sky. I wanted it really orange in the sky on the sun, on the sunrises, right?
Speaking of skies, did you like my blown out sun, mate? You like that?
Yeah. You saw that comment, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, I know it's blown out because I obviously it's in manual, so I've exposed to the ground, and then as I've come around, it's starting because the EV's locked basically when you're in manual, obviously.
You know what pisses me off, Matt? With all the fucking sensor technology and all the computer technology that we have, I can't goddamn figure out why the hell the sensors, because everybody freaking takes pictures of the goddamn sun. I can't figure out why they can't get something built in there to handle where the sun is and at least turn the EV or contrast or turn it down in that spot. I mean, it's not like the sensor can't fucking tell that, hello, I got this big bright ass thing in this part of the sensor.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they're all individual pixels that are being read, right? So why the hell can't the chip on the sensor adjust the individual pixels down knowing this?
Yeah, having that overexposed and having the rest of it. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
there's enough computing power. I can't figure out why they can't do it. It just kind of irritates me that it's like, oh, EV is just this across the board. Really?
Well, see, the thing is too, what you've got a histogram there. The histogram, that the drone knows that it's overexposed because the histogram is going through the drone. It's telling you it's overexposed.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the Mini 2, right? You can get some fantastic footage with the Mini 2, but you've got to fly it in manual mode because it will overexpose the bright areas. It does. You just can't do anything about it. So unless you fly in manual. So I did a Story Bridge when Dennis was climbing it. That bridge was overexposed to the shitter because the sun was hitting it, because it was exposing to the ground. So I had to fly it in manual to get the bridge in exposure, but it didn't underexpose the ground.
I've been shooting sunrises, and there'll be people standing next to me with $1,200 iPhones, and I go, "Is the sun blown out in your picture too?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
literally the sensors, and I can't figure out why knowing what everybody kind of takes pictures of, i.e. the sun, one would think it wouldn't be that fucking hard to build a little bit of intelligence into the sensor to adjust for that, if it's just that specifically.
So Matt, are you still using the Pro 2 or have you shelved it like a dirty hooker?
No. Pro 2's coming out tomorrow again as well.
Okay.
I'm still using the Pro 2 for production work because there's nothing wrong with it, mate. It's fucking brilliant. I do like what the Mavic 3 does with the sun more than what the Mavic 2 does. It'll be better exposed and more detail in reflections and all sorts of shit. That's what the Mavic 3 offers. And it's a more, look, I'm not, I hate using that word, but it's more theatrical. It's more, I'll say, cinematic. Because
natural colors. It's more natural colors. It's kind of so it's like the GoPro 10, where they gave you the option to have vivid or sort of normal. The Mavic 3 is more the normal, where the Pro is more the vivid kind of thing. Yeah. So it's more muted. The colors are, I would say, probably a little more accurate and a little more muted. They're not as blown out so much.
The thing is the Mavic has just got an update, right? So now we can get D-Log M, which I won't fly with, but I'll just use the D-Log. Now the D-Log M is more saturated than D-Log, right? So you've got a
And
bit
I
more
think that's
colour.
only on the 3X camera. I don't think you can shoot M on the 4/3. I think it's literally only on the, on that 3X zoom.
No. It's on my Mavic Classic, mate.
Oh,
Yeah, I updated it yesterday.
Oh, you just mind
Interesting.
fucked Rod.
yeah, on the Pro, I think it's only on the 3X optical. So is it on the 7X optical? I have to go back and look. I don't know. I haven't messed around with log on my 3 Pro yet.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, it should be on the 4/3, mate, because it's on my 4/3. It should be on everything.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to go look.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on the stats on that. But the Mavic 2 flies with D-Log M. And it's a more saturated. And that's the first thing I noticed with the Classic is that the D-Log is so flat. But in post, man, oh man, can you push that shit around? It's brilliant.
Yeah, the M is kind of a halfway.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Not so much work involved. But there again, you know, you can shoot that in normal mode, 8-bit color, and no one's gonna know.
Pretty
You know,
much.
but
Yeah,
It
pretty
gives the
much.
option. It is the thing with the log though, is it gives the option to do what you want with that image. You know, it's not telling you what it is. You have that option there, especially when you're talking productions and shit like that, to be creative, to add any sort of mood to what the hell is this guy doing? Ah, God damn it.
Since Justin's been talking about AI stuff, the one AI I wish we would have is one that would color grade video, not
Well,
photos, video.
You do.
You know, we have
do,
Neo
mate.
and Luminar for photos. We don't have anything for video.
Well, you do.
Yeah, it's
just
called
a LUT.
DaVinci and play with all the dials.
No, it's just called a LUT, mate.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's true. You know, that's the one thing, you know, and I tell everybody, I tell everybody this. That was one trick with the Evo 2 Pro that I tended to do if I was going to shoot and log. What I would do is I'd actually take a photo, sort of adjust my settings manually to kind of get it looking and, you know, play with the defog, kind of get the right colors, and then take that photo and then flip over to video and do the whole log shooting. Because in DaVinci, you can use that photo to essentially copy a LUT as a LUT onto the video. So I always took a nice little picture that I was like, okay, I like these colors, knowing that I was going to use that as a LUT on the video in log format.
Yeah.
It worked pretty well. It's a pretty good trick.
And Nunya says I struggle more with the edit software than the drone. That makes sense. I mean, editing is much harder.
Yeah.
It is, especially when you're dealing with log 2. You've got to know what to do with that footage. And just slapping a LUT on isn't the be all and end all, you know, because I do use a LUT on there because I've got these LUTs Brett sent to me up from Melbourne, and he goes, give these a crack. So it's all scientifically bloody based around the Mavic 3's camera and all this sort of shit. And you got to actually overexpose to 0.03 to pull out highlights and shadows and all that sort of shit. And there's 2 LUTs, one's darker, one's lighter. How about it?
And that's what they use for shoot. And that's what they do when they're shooting movies, right? They get a style and they just apply that to all the footage.
That's right. Scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. The scenes, each of the scenes, so that the scene has same coloring and feel.
Yeah. Its own look. Yeah, exactly right. But in saying that, I chucked the LUT on. Now, 9 times out of 10, I'll be changing the opacity on that LUT anyway, because it's too much for what I want. It gives you a starting point to where you can then start pushing all your colors and shit around to where you want them. And you can obviously style it the way you like, man. No, but the amount you can actually push that footage is incredible. There's no bleeding, no banding. It's just, it's amazing.
Anyways, it surprises me that Luminar or somebody else who are obviously have the AI crap don't have a video editing version of that software. with that same AI stuff in it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well-
you can auto color. I mean, I've done it just to see what it does. It kind of sucks in DaVinci. Looks bloody terrible, to be honest. They've got that auto coloring and all that sort of shit. Auto white balance too, and all that sort of thing. You just get the eyedropper and click on the white part of your image, and
Yep.
it'll set the white balance.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think AI could get so advanced in that sector that it would give you the most optimal coloring, whether you agree with what it looks like or not? It's saying this is the most optimal, period. You can't get any more precise.
As long as
than
it puts its thing on and then gives you some little whiz bang sliders to adjust things to play it to make it look like what you want, which is what you do in Neo or Luminar AI. Sure.
Yeah,
I
you've
just
got to
want,
be able to
I want that
play
to
with
be easier to do. I want sliders. Oh, do this, do this, do this. Call it good.
Well, see,
I'm-
that's exactly what I'm talking about. You chuck a LUT on in DaVinci, and you can change everything about that LUT.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
No, you're right.
But do you
could-
think,
almost the problem with DaVinci is how much you can change it, how many bells, knobs, and switches you can all go turn.
but do you think AI is going to get to the point where it's really going to dumb down those products, like that software, because it's going to be so automated? Do you think there's still going to be as many features in it, like in DaVinci?
I'll just say, I think there's room for an AI enabled editing, video editing software to do those kinds of things. I mean, you're gonna have things like DaVinci for the Hollywood guys, because they're gonna want absolute control. That's fine. But what's the one thing? Come on, Matt, you know this as well as I do. What's the one knock that everybody has against DaVinci?
complicated,
It's complicated,
too hard.
too hard. That's why they tend to
Not-
pick some of the other ones.
Yeah, well, 90% of the people want what you want. It's just so they can slap something and go, bang, that looks fantastic, and off they go. Because not a lot of people like to do it. They don't like to paint a picture, you know, or and that's what I like to do. You know, I like to make. Oh, what can I do with this? You know,
Sure,
but
you got the
90% of
artistic
people out
flair.
there
You
don't.
got the artistic flair.
You know, you got to have a passion to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
because look, how I've seen like me, I've tried dabbling in DaVinci and I just don't have the patience for it. Like, and I don't
Mm.
have that artistic drive like Matt does when it comes to editing shit. Like, obviously Matt has some kind of drive to want to do that.
Basic stuff in DaVinci, I find I can do okay now. You know, it's cut, paste, drop sound in, that kind of stuff. Throw transitions in. That crap's easy.
Well, whether it's easy or
That's
not, the
right.
program just looks intimidating.
Oh
When you
yeah, it
pull-
is.
When you pull it up, there's like a million different little
Oh
buttons
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
it
push.
is. Trust me. I
And
don't
if
know.
you-
I probably know one tenth of 1% of what that thing
And
can
then
do.
you got to decide: are you going to go with Matt's lingo of DaVinci or Jim's lingo of DaVinci? Is it a wand or is it not a wand? You know,
There's no want in DaVinci.
But I think that I definitely think there's room for DaVinci, and they'd probably be the ones to do it because, and I'll be honest, the reason why is because the production Hollywood guys want a way to do their shit faster. So if they can get AI incorporated kind of thing and do more slider kinds of things, then
Well,
they'll
you
probably
know
do
what?
it. But
Yeah, but you know what though? You'll find that people who are colorists don't want that.
yeah, exactly. They don't. You know
Yeah.
where Black Magic makes their money, right, Justin?
their hardware that they sell.
The hardware that they sell, all that,
Oh.
all those big ass boards for doing all that editing. So,
So
all
you
those
know-
little bells, knobs, and switches that are in the software, they sell hardware for.
So listen to this. I actually got Matt, about a year or so ago, right? I messaged him this picture of like the most expensive setup you can get with Black Magic. It's like a $30,000 altogether. And I said,
Son
yeah,
of
I
a
was at,
bitch.
yeah, I told him, I was like, yeah, I was at some garage sale and this dude said I could just have all this stuff. Is this worth anything? And Matt looks at the picture, he goes, "You son of a bitch." It was just a random picture I pulled of some guy that had all this shit just piled up on a desk. Off of
But
Google.
those fucking big ass boards that they sell, you know, they have one that is nothing but cutting, slicing, splicing, dicing for the edit screen in DaVinci. They have another set of boards that's nothing but the colors and the color wheels and every
Right.
last little bells, knob, and switch that you could do with coloring in DaVinci. They sell those boards. Those freaking things are not cheap.
Oh
At
yeah.
all.
I think the total setup for some of their stuff, I want to say is like around 30 grand for some of the setups.
Yes, absolutely.
If not more,
Yeah.
if not more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me in the least.
Yeah, no, it's up there, eh? It's really expensive shit.
That's where
But
the,
you know, it's the same with mixing boards and shit for audio too, you know.
oh yeah, same
Nothing.
thing, same thing.
Nothing different. I'm just gonna mute my mic for a sec.
But yeah, what I did was I pulled a photo off of Google Images of just a guy that had all this shit piled on his desk, and it was like 30 grand worth of Blackmagic stuff. And I said, yeah, some dude just said I could have this stuff. I'm not really sure what it is. I think I'm just gonna junk it.
So I have DaVinci. I have the studio version. So it's the paid version, but you only got to buy it once. So I went with that simply because it uses the video card. It offloads onto the video card when it renders. The free version doesn't.
Yeah, they got their shit is expensive though. Yeah, for sure.
DaVinci Resolve Studio is $299.
Or do you still get that free will or that little free little thing with it? It was a little like mini board thing. 'Cause I know
Mm-mm.
Jim got that with it.
Mm-mm.
They were giving that free with it. I think that alone was like $200 if you bought it separate.
Got it. No. And I did something weird. I didn't buy the key. I bought the dongle.
That was a speed editor.
Yeah,
Justin.
the speed editor, yeah. 'Cause I wanna
Anyways,
say that-
I don't know what you have, Matt, but I actually use the dongle for studio.
Yes, I do too. Yeah.
So I could just pop it out, pop it in another machine, and voila.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I got that as well.
Never have to worry about it. It's future proof. If I rebuild a new machine, great. Pull that little dongle out, plug it into the new machine, download DaVinci, and I'm golden.
Yeah, off you go. Exactly right.
see.
All
Don't
right,
got to
guys,
worry
well,
about
I'm
no
gonna-
license key to tied to some specific machine. None of that bullshit. It's just a little USB device. Move it around to your heart's content.
I gotta love that. But I've got to nick off because I've got shit to do. You go in and see what they got for me today.
Yeah, it's getting kind of late here for me too. So
Oh yeah,
All right, guys.
all right, we'll see you later.
Have a
So
good
yeah,
one.
right
Later,
here.
Matt.
So you with
oh yeah, that thing.
as a package, you get the program and that.
How much is it? Oh, $395 just
Yeah,
for
you-
that.
Well,
Ouchie.
no, you get that and DaVinci.
Oh, got it.
It's a package deal.
Yeah, I did buy that.
That was the thing that Jim bought back in the day. Everybody was buying that when they were getting it.
Hello, I can barely use the editing in the software. I don't know what on the board. Maybe I don't know. It's like any of that stuff, right? If you use it long enough, you get good at it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, and that's the
Alright.
same thing I tell people about DaVinci. Sure,
Oh,
it looks intimidating, but if you kind of just keep plugging away at it, you'll figure it out.
What's up, Chris? Sorry I missed you there, man.
It's not like there's not 100,000 videos on how to do things in DaVinci on YouTube.
All right. All right.
In fact, some of those guys are in my subscriptions for that reason. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna take off.
Alright.
Have fun keeping everybody else entertained.
All right. Well, I appreciate you popping in. We'll see
Yeah,
you
no
later.
worries. Have a good evening.
All right. Yeah, you're good, none you. I actually missed Chris up there. I mean, you kept the chat going, so no big deal. Let's see. Let's see what. All right. Don't know what time is it. 9:39. See if anybody else wants to come on. We'll give it a few minutes and see. I know there's quite a few other shows on right now, so go over to YouTube real quick and look and see. If anybody wants to pop on, just let me know. Not, I am going to end it. So it's kind of dead anyway, but. Oh, he's over on Coast to Coast right now anyway, David, so they're over there talking about AI and all that good stuff. How you doing, Chris? What you been up to, man? Yeah, Dominic's over there, and then I think Jobo's live. Somebody said earlier in the chat, I think Brett did. Let's see. Yeah, he's over there with that dude from Private Institute. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm gonna end it. So it's kind of a slow night. Not a lot of people are popping in, but I appreciate y'all coming in. And it is Wednesday night. Maybe we'll do another show tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see how it goes. But we'll definitely see you guys again on Saturday, and of course on Matt's show on Friday. And we will catch you guys again. I'm having a mind blank here. We'll catch you guys again next time.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Looking for check, expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. Now leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression.
You could try to play, no free me.
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts.
You could try to play, but the chains go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep on they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.